Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Hacker. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am very grateful to have this opportunity today to make this video with you guys.
The iPhone XR is currently one of the best iPhones out right now that would be worth your money. You see what happens when you procrastinate and you don't take your life seriously? You end up having to get back to originally what you intended to do anyway, but it just takes you longer. So you always find your way back. What is up, you guys? I actually want to be completely transparent with this video. Yes, we're gonna get into some things when it comes to Apple, but I have my iPad here, right? I wanted to break this video down into major key points, and when I was writing everything down, because this was like a very lengthy page, my notes app just crashed. My notes app crashed. I opened it back up and 75% of what I wrote was missing. So now I was gonna take it easier when discussing some of the key points that I was discussing in the video, but now Apple, you done pissed me the fuck off.
Now you done pissed me off.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck? What in the entire fuck was that? And this is the shit that I be talking about. Like, why am I taking notes? This is an iPad Pro M2. Why am I taking notes on my iPad and it crashes and I just lost? What if I was in a college lecture? What the fuck would I do? Apple, I'm putting your ass on blast now. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, I need to be professional. I need to be professional because I'm not gonna be well received. But I feel like when you're yourself anyway, that's how people receive you. You can't fake this. Like, you cannot fake this. You cannot make this up. You can keep the professionalism for so long, but it's gonna wear off and it's gonna be inorganic, and you're not going to have fun with this. So iPhone 16, let's get into it, because I've been dying to talk about consumer electronics and really the landscape of tech right now and the direction that we're going. I do have such a strong passion for technology, and I've been wanting to do this for so long. Like, I just haven't been taking my life seriously. We're finally taking it seriously now, so that's good to know. Welcome back, Josh. All of the leaks and everything, we've seen them for weeks now, and now the keynote has finally came out, and we see the phones. Everybody kind of has their own opinion, but I mean, that's to be expected. Every single year that an iPhone comes out, we all have our opinions on the phones. And yeah, I mean, you just kind of determine if the phone is for you or not. Like, I personally, I have had the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro Max. I saved up my money in 2019 and I purchased the iPhone 11 in black, 256 gigs, and that was September 2019. And excuse me, my dad for my birthday, my dad for my birthday in 2020, he decided to purchase the iPhone 11 Pro Max for me as a birthday gift, and I've used that all the way up to August 20th or so, and I decided to buy an Amazon refurb iPhone 15 Pro Max, and in pristine condition. battery cycle was only 1, unless they lied and they tweaked something within the settings. Yes, that's my iPhone history, and I'm currently recording on it right now, so tell me how my quality looks. So I mean, with the iPhone 16, initial impressions for me, I like the ultramarine color. Is that what it's called? It's called the ultramarine, right? See how much of a fuck we don't give Apple. It was ultramarine. Okay, so I got my facts right. I loved the ultramarine color. It actually looks really decent. If I was to get a regular iPhone. So, I mean, the common thing that people are gonna say about the latest gen iPhones are that, you know, it's the same phone. And the thing with that is, on paper, a lot of consumers are going to think that it's the same phone. It's not. It's not the same phone, but it's very easy, and it's becoming increasingly easier for us to come to that conclusion that it is the same phone. But this is the thing, as a consumer, you really have to ask yourself, what am I using this phone for? And is this really even a logical upgrade for someone like me? Before my Notes app crashed, I was literally saying how, for my job that I currently work right now, I have a lot of customers that come in my store. They're particularly an older demographic. They come in my store, and these people have an iPhone 8 Plus. They're still using an iPhone 8 Plus of 2017, but they're buying like $5,000 televisions. The iPhone is becoming one of those things that people are simply just using them to connect. We have gotten so stuck in this mentality that everybody needs to have FaceTime and everybody needs to have iMessage because we don't want to look at a green bubble, which they are finally kind of fixing with RCS support. I think iPhones are really just kind of like a status symbol, but I can't just reduce them to that, because they have some sort of cohesion to their ecosystem that makes it hard to leave, number one. And then number two, they just work. They have some sort of order. Like, you can't be all over the place when it comes to consumer electronics. And I was kind of saying how everybody has their favorite iPhone in terms of reliability, and, you know, like, Apple has their home runs that they strike when it comes to the phones. Again, before my Notes app crashed, I was just about to say, I think that the favorite iPhone models were the iPhone 6s. I wanted to say the iPhone 6, but due to Ben Gay, and then they had that touch IC issue, amongst other things. But the A9 chip that they used in the iPhone 6s, that gave it a lot of support, and the phone felt relatively fast, and the camera was good at the time, for the time being. The iPhone 6s, the iPhone 13, so this is the thing. If we're talking iPhone 16 right now, my middle sister, she uses the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and she was just texting me after the Apple keynote, and she was saying, I don't think I like the AI features, and I don't think I want the AI features. Now, this is the thing with the iPhone 16 that people are going to be skeptical about, and people are going to want to run away from, because this isn't the first time that people have voiced their opinions about AI. Personally, I don't really care too much about AI in my daily life. If it does improve my quality of life, then yes, I am looking forward to that. Even some of the features that I have seen in terms of like recording notes within the Notes app, and it's able to transcribe them and with some of you, like you're typing, like if you're typing something up, it's able to proofread and do like all of those different things. Like I don't really even know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know all about Apple Intelligence because I don't care too much about Apple Intelligence. If Apple Intelligence makes Siri smarter, then that's what we fucking needed. That's what we needed. But there were some changes that I do see on the website that do add, you know, like it makes your phone smarter. Like it makes your phone smarter. Some of the things that it does contextualize, it is kind of concerning to some people. So yes, you can kind of see why people don't want that on their phones. And I'm pretty sure that you can turn it off, but it's still a valid concern, especially if this is going to be powered by ChatGPT. But I get it, like everybody is trying to go the AI route right now, and that's fine. But that's where you're kind of gonna lose a lot of people. But in terms of the iPhone 16, I really do feel like Apple made this year be specifically focused for creators and really people who care about battery life. The cameras on it, and people who care about AI, of course. I'm gonna wrap that point around that this is an AI focused phone, specifically because they had to bring the phone back up to the A18 chip, and they did that because, you know, there wasn't any regular A17 variant that they could have put in this series. We just know that the iPhone 15 Pro had the A17 Pro, and that was it. And that was able to get Apple Intelligence. But they finally brought it back up to the A18 series, which is pretty good. Y'all finally get 8 gigabytes of RAM. Android, y'all been having 12. So I'm gonna get to that point later, but Apple has definitely targeted the creators when it comes to this phone, in the sense that you get this camera control button that you're able to adjust like all of these different camera features, which I do think for photographers it's really great. And this is also my thing about the iPhone cameras. The iPhone cameras have been great ever since like the iPhone 11. So the little refinements that they are doing year to year, they are very welcome. This year specifically, the only real camera improvement that I do see is probably just going to be the 4K 120 and the 48 megapixel ultra wide. Because the ultra wide camera has been a complaint for years now. Really, they should have used this opportunity for the Pro series to make all of the sensors 48, but of course, knowing Apple, they're gonna wait until the 17 or 18 to finally do something like that, so they can call it a major upgrade. But camera features, yeah, that capture button definitely is going to for die-hard photographers and people who actually do edit things in like Photoshop, or for people who really are into using their iPhones for photography or videography, this is your phone. I guess this is going to be your phone. You're not going to be disappointed in that regard. Now, I'm really trying to put myself in the consumer shoes, and this is really what I'm going to say for the iPhone 16 and for anything else beyond. And yes, I'm going to make another video when the iPhone 17 comes out and monopolize off of that as well, because y'all need to be told this. These phones, you have to use your discernment, and you have to actually educate yourself when it comes to if this is going to be a viable option. Like I've stated, for me, I have not upgraded my phone for 4 years. This is the first time that I have not upgraded my phone in a long time. Like, I would usually upgrade my phone every 2 years, but this is the first year that I have held on to my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And really it can be 5 years because I had the 11 and then I had the 11 Pro Max. And really what made me jump to upgrade was USB-C and the fact that my phone was finally showing its age. It was just like minor hiccups here and there. And then I replaced my battery in March of 2024. And fast forward to like August and my battery health was at 91. So that's when I knew that I actually had to jump ship and get the fuck. So I don't know what's happening in terms of the optimization. But yeah, if you have an older iPhone, you have to think of it this way. If you're buying cases for the phone, if you're having to change out the battery, buy lightning cables for it, because the lightning cables, they're doing away with them. Finally, for the AirPods Max, they upgraded those to USB-C. For the regular AirPods, they're USB-C. Practically a lot of things in the Apple lineup are finally becoming USB-C. If you don't know what USB-C is, Google it. That is going to be the next connector for virtually everything. Because of this change, that would be a reason alone for me to upgrade, but everybody's different. And you're probably going to be like, oh, a charger? Yes, a charger. Now, the baffling part about the 16 is that the regular baseline 16 is that it is still using USB 2.0. And this is the thing, I promised that I wouldn't get too techie when it comes to this because I didn't want to confuse anybody, but we're gonna get too techie. Yes, they're still using USB 2.0 for the USB-C port. And I mean, day to day, because I don't think that these people are going to be plugging their phones into computers, let alone plugging flash drives into their phones, unless you're an actual pro. And that's why you should probably get the 16 Pro if you're just like into photography, videography, you need to move around and actually do pro tasks, then yes, you're gonna get the 16 Pro. But even with the 16 Pro to the 15 Pro, there are very little changes. Besides the processor upgrades, the camera upgrades, the screen size bumps, what are we really looking at in terms of upgrades? Yeah, ceramic shield, the phone got stronger if you drop it. Woo. Desert titanium. I think we just need to see it in person to actually give a fuck. But let me go back to my iPad and see if I actually had any points. Yeah, there wasn't really even anything left. The 5x telephoto on both models. 6.3 and 6.9 inch screens. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. You take your ass to that Apple store, you take your ass to that Best Buy store, you take that ass to that AT&T, that T-Mobile, that Verizon, you take your ass there and you make an informed decision because you're spending your money on this. I'm personally not the fan of installment plans and having to finance a phone. Like, we're financing phones, we're financing our apartments, it's like we're putting clothes on 4 installments. Yeah. For a phone, I think a phone should be the last thing that basic average consumer, I think that's the last thing on the priority list for a lot of people. I really don't even know how to justify this upgrade. I can see why people would say that the 16 series is not worth it. I can see that. Processor wise, time will tell, because this is the thing. While you might say a lot of these things are not worth it in hindsight, Apple does like to restrict a lot of features, as we have seen. The iPhone 15s are not getting AI. Yes, you don't care about that, but I want you to also think of it this way. The iPhone 4S Siri was the key feature that people cared about when it first came out. I didn't ask it to activate, but it just activated on my iPad, my bitch ass iPad that deleted my notes. The iPhone 4 didn't get that in a software update. What did people do? They jailbroke it and it was able to run it. Apple will pull that card just because you have a processor that cannot allegedly handle it. Now, in this case, I think it was a RAM limitation. That's what everybody is saying. It was a RAM limitation. It was a RAM limitation. That's why it can support Apple Intelligence. It could very much also be the TOPS, the total operations per second. That was a limitation as well, because you need that neural engine to run a lot of these different things if it is going to be artificial intelligence on the device and without using the cloud. You're going to need that processing speed as well. So I'm guessing the refinements in the processors have actually made it different in that regard. But really think of it this way. When you do get the newer device, you get to keep it longer. So that's really like the major key factor. Battery life, that's something that we all care about, but I think we all need to start detaching from our phones. I need to detach from my phone. I can't detach from my phone because I'm in this field and I do actually require my phone for a lot of my tasks. But when it comes to my personal life, when I'm not really doing shit, I really need to put this phone down and tend to my life. What else? Cameras. If you care about that stuff, I do think that it is a great upgrade in that regard. What else? I mean, virtually, a lot of people are just going to see this phone as the same phone from last year. And to just really save you a click, you determine if you want to upgrade or not. And where are your priorities? This was what I was gonna say originally. This was what I was gonna say and just reiterate with this video. Is the iPhone really worth it, or are you just broke? Did the iPhone 16 bring enough features, or are we just broke? Because I'm pretty sure if we all had the money, we would upgrade. I just think money's the problem. Like, this economy is a problem. That's why we really can't upgrade. Or, I mean, I'm not gonna say we can't upgrade, but priorities. A phone is not on the top of people's priority list. Like I said, really, people just buy these phones to communicate. That's all you need to do, just basic communication. A phone is a phone. Before, a phone was just used to make phone calls. It's crazy that we do have this amount of processing power at our disposal. Enough processing power to the point that Apple has basically translated and passed down that architecture to the same chips that the Macs are finally using. That's very great that we have all this power in our pocket at our disposal, but people aren't really even using it. People are not using the full potential of their iPhone. So if they're not currently using the full potential of their iPhone right now, what makes you think that they're going to upgrade to this phone and that it's going to be logical and that it's going to be a viable option for them? It's not. And I just really don't even think I have much to say. I'm wasting saliva and air at this point. You need to make an informed decision. You as a consumer and someone that is in the tech field right now, I'm telling you, you might want to take this time to actually be informed about tech and actually read up on little things that do make a difference in a phone, in your experience, your day-to-day, because your carrier is going to profit off of this. Apple is going to profit off of this. This is your money. This is going to be your phone for the next how many years? If you already have a good phone, I mean, you know this, like if you already have a good phone that is doing whatever you need it to do for the time being, continue on that trend. Like, you don't need iPhone is a status symbol, but I don't think that it's the flex that people think that it is anymore. Like, I just seen the Google Pixel Pro 9 Fold, and it looks pretty fucking bomb. Like, I love how thin it is. I love the screen on it. I love the aesthetics to it. It just, I want that as a second phone. And I can't wait till Apple makes foldables, which they are rumored to. But when they finally do, that might be the next wow factor when it comes to the iPhone. The iPhone 17 series, they're rumored to do all the slim shit. Let's see if they really do it. But I mean, aesthetically, like, we don't want an iPhone Nano. Like, we're past aesthetics at this point. And that's the shit that they use to distract y'all. Every single time that they want y'all to buy a phone, they just come out with a new color. Let me stop. Nah, I'm gonna say it as it is. Every time they want y'all to buy a new phone, they will distract y'all with a color. And I mean, look at the iPhone 14 series. It still had the same A15 as the iPhone 13, but new colors and SOS and satellite and crash detection and autofocus on the front facing camera. Woo! And I mean, for people who really do know, yes, it did have a new modem, a new Snapdragon modem, a new Qualcomm modem, but let's even go further. Let's go back further. The iPhone 5C of 2013. You still got the A6 in a plastic build, but woo, colors. You could have got the 5S and got more years of software support. You could have got the 5S and got some Touch ID. You could have got a better camera. But y'all distracted by colors. Fucking colors. Anyways, I really can't even make the video the way that I wanted to, but I think that this is a great start. Let's see if I'm really gonna be doing this for the time being. If you did like this video and you did learn something from it, yeah, y'all know what to do. And I'm gonna be back with something else, and peace out.